What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Coach K Woods, and welcome to Empowering Real Talk. This podcast is dedicated to dismantling negativity through raw, unfiltered conversations. We're going to dive into a wide array of topics from mental health awareness to personal entrepreneurial growth, financial literacy, and beyond. Our mission is to spark necessary dialogues that's going to drive positive change on both an individual and collective level. In order for us to grow individually and as a whole, these conversations are necessary. Make sure you are subscribing on your favorite podcast streaming platform. Be sure to rate and review each episode, and we appreciate your support. Let's get started. What up, y'all? Welcome back to Empowering Real Talk. It is your girl, Coach K Woods. And yes, I am back with another dope session. If you have not, please make sure you are subscribed on your favorite podcast streaming platform because Empowering Real Talk is dropping the raw, real, and necessary conversations in order to help us grow individually and as a whole. Y'all know I always come on here not wanting to take up too much time, but if I'm coming solo dolo, I got something to talk about. So let's not waste any more time, shall we? Upgraded Mindsets is dedicated to promoting positivity, empowerment, and support through all aspects of our brand. From clothing to housewares to self help resources, everything we offer is designed to inspire and uplift individuals as they pursue their personal growth journey. Visit www.upgradedmindsets.shop and check out our growing variety of positive reinforcement right at your fingertips. I have been advocating for, our positive growth since I began my own transformational journey in 2020. And y'all know I'm super unapologetic on the good, the bad, and the ugly that it took for me to get to this point. And in my continuous growth journey, I am helping women do the same thing. So I want to talk about that today. So for those that are, sharing the memes and duetting the reels and the TikToks and stuff like that, my question is, you saying it, but how are you going to do it? That's right. How are you going to do it? Because what a lot of y'all fail to understand is there has to be a plan when you are making transformational shifts. And I'm going to stress that word transformational because, baby, listen, you have been embedded in havoc, negativity, toxicity, all under the assumption of loyalty, family, friends, and everything else, right? We have been programmed to believe that we are supposed to continuously allow these things in our life because of who people are. So you sharing that post talking about you leaving all unsupportive friends and family and fake love behind. So how are you going to do about doing that? Well, lucky for you, this podcast is going to give you some amazing tips to help you begin that journey. Now, as someone who has made hell of changes, and I can't stress enough how many changes that I have made and still making in my life, I had to understand that there is nothing easy about change. And of course, it's so easy for us to be like, oh, I'm finna change this, I'm finna change this, But my question is this: why do you have to wait till New Year? Why can't you start now? And what I have come to find, and with my own research, is us saying that we're going to wait until the new year is nothing but another attempt at procrastination. We're following the trends. Hey, I stopped following trends a long time ago. I had to really figure out that I'm not a trend person, and I never have been. So I had to understand that that's not a part of my business either. You know, are there things from a marketing standpoint that I sometimes may take part in? Yes. But me sitting up here actually trying to do every single trend that's out here just for the sake of quote going viral or for the sake of getting a lot of followers, Yeah, that's just not how I operate, right? Um, but this is actually from a personal standpoint, but also for you entrepreneurs out there too. Because one of the biggest things that gets told to me when I'm talking to someone about starting their business or how they want to elevate is the fact that their family and friends are not supporting them. This is what we're going to leave behind in 2023. The fact that we are hoping and wishing that our family and friends are supporting us. Okay. We're leaving that behind too. All right. So back to the meme. I'm leaving all unsupportive family, friends, and fake love in 2023. How are you going to go about doing that? If it was that easy, y'all would have been did it by now. You know that, and I know that. If it was so easy for you to say, I'm done dealing with people, I'm done accepting this, then you would have walked away from it. But what that says is it's not as easy as you think. Now, of course, you have people that be like, oh, I didn't walk away because I love them and, I wanted to be loyal to them. I'm going to say this: a sense of loyalty is not you accepting bullshit on a regular basis. Please get that out of y'all head. If y'all don't take away nothing else from this episode, take away the fact that you accepting bullshit behavior is not a sense of loyalty. Loyalty to me is I chose to walk away, but baby, your secrets is still safe with me. I chose me first, but you'll never hear me bad mouthing you to anybody else. That's loyalty to me. Now, y'all might have a different definition, but it's just going to take me right back to the fact that you posting that same meme saying, oh, I'm leaving all unsupportive friends, family, and fake love in 2023 because your sense of thinking is a little tilted. And that's why you listening to a Pie and Real Talk, because Keisha's going to tell you that your sense of thinking is a little twisted and we're going to work on ways to make some changes. Okay. If it was that easy for you to walk away from these unsupportive people, you would have done it already. But it's going to involve you doing some reconditioning, some realigning, and some hella refocusing. And you got to really sit and ask yourself, are you ready for that? Are you ready to walk away from the unsupportive friends, family, and fake love that you keep talking about on social media? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I've had clients that have come to me and said that they are ready, and 2, 3, 4 months in, they're not ready. Because it's easy to stay in havoc. It's easier to just revert back to the havoc than actually doing what you have to do and putting the hard work in to break those cycles. It's easy to stay in havoc. And that's why a lot of us do it. Me, I had to break free. And I ended up losing a lot. But baby, those losses have been so minimized because of the wins that I have gained by finally surrendering and allowing myself to recondition my entire mindset. And I have no regrets when it comes to that, okay? And that's one of the things that y'all got to be ready for is to be okay with not being liked. You got to be okay with being the black sheep. You got to be okay with being the one to break those curses. Is you ready to break those curses? Oh, I could talk about it, but when it's time to take action, yeah, that's where a lot of us fall short. So I'm going to tell you a couple of things that I recommend for those that are saying that they're ready to leave the unsupportive friends, family, and fake love behind. Baby, it is some things that you're going to have to do. The first thing you need to do is review the patterns that have you in the journey of being around all of these unsupportive people. How did you get here? Right? How did you get to the point where you feel like that they are unsupportive? What happened? What transpired to where you believe that they are unsupportive? And that's on every level. You might have to do everybody individually. You're not going to be able to cap everybody together. If you have multiple people that you feel like are unsupportive and you're trying to quote unquote leave them behind, then you've got to analyze each one of them. What's the good thing? What's the bad thing? Why do I feel like that they're unsupportive? Like, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I write things down. I write everything down. And get a notebook. Hey, I call them energy zappers. Write down all your energy zappers. Write down everybody who zaps your energy. Write down everybody who don't. Write down everybody who inspires you, because you're gonna need that list too later on. You know what I'm saying? So review those that are in your life. Okay. You've got to review how they're making a negative effect, how they're being unsupportive. Okay. Review, review your patterns that got you in that situation in the first place. If it's family, and you've operated out of in that outdated, restricted mindset of it's family, so I'm riding with them no matter what, then baby, you're gonna have to do some reconditioning, because I'm not telling you to hate family, and of course everybody's family situations are different, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you to hate family, but I'm also not going to sit here and tell you to keep enduring family when it's causing you mental stress. We're not doing that in 2024. That's what we're not doing. Okay. We're not doing that. So, because you are looking to replace and get rid of these unsupportive people, places, and things, you're going to need to find alternative methods. You're going to need to create new habits that are going to replace these old things that you are leaving behind. Because one thing that you can't do is sit up here and say that you're letting everything go and you have nothing to replace it, because that is the quickest way to revert right back. So you got to find alternative means. Me, for example, as a coach, I started getting into coaching groups. I'm not going to say that every coach group that I got into was the best thing that happened to me, but out of possibly 10 groups that I signed up for, I have 3 that I am dedicated to. One in particular that they my riders. They my riders. I can talk to them about anything and everything, personal wise and business wise. They understand. They don't judge. They don't do any of that. And I'm so grateful for them. But I had to find that. That wasn't nothing that just fell into my lap. I had to find the alternative means. I had to create new habits. Those new habits involved me getting into, Facebook groups and trying to find my tribe and, having communication and having conversations with other people that shared in, similar interests and stuff as me as a coach, as a women's coach, you know that's one thing that I had to do. And I did that like for maybe a whole year before I really like got in tune and got aligned with those that still rock with me to this day. I love my tribe. Shout out to all my tribes. Shout out to everybody who has been genuinely supportive to me, and I love y'all for that so much. Okay, which is going to take me to this next tip. You've got to identify the supportive people. Now, I said it a few minutes ago. You got to identify those who support you too, because those are going to be the people that you want to have more conversation with, that you might want to reach out to a little bit more. You might not have, a great conversation with them, but you want to start. If you know that they're coming from a genuinely supportive place, then hey, it's up to you to reach out. Don't assume, and that y'all got to stop just assuming people are going to come to you. If you're really ready to make changes, then you got to do some things differently. That's another part of creating a new habit for yourself and finding alternative means. You reaching out to somebody. Hey, I'm just seeing if you're able to maybe have coffee or do lunch or maybe get on a virtual chat and, maybe we can have conversation. I have a lot of power partners, and that's what I call them, power partners. People that I have had maybe a few conversations with, maybe to see if it's something that we could potentially work together on or something like that. But the point I'm trying to make with it is I actually reached out, or I allowed them to reach out to me. I was open to it. I was receptive to that. So you have to find the supportive things. Okay. Another thing that I'm going to tell y'all got to stop trying to do is, quote, go with the flow. You make your flow. You can't keep going with the flow and saying you're taking things day by day, but you're trying to leave the unsupportive things in 2023. You got to come up with a plan. It ain't going with the flow. What's your plan of action to leave the unsupportive friends, family, and fake love? What's your plan of action? Because you need one. You can't just go with the flow because they're not going to just walk away from you because you said, oh, I'm not dealing with them. They probably don't even know you're talking about them. Have you had a conversation with them to say, hey, I'm talking about you. You're not supporting me. I don't feel like that I got support from you. I don't feel like that I have the genuine support from you. Are you having those conversations? If you're not, then it's time to have them. Because this is another way that you're going to determine who's there for you and who ain't. Okay? You have to stop going with the flow and create your flow. Build your flow. Manifest your flow. Okay? You also going to have to be okay with folks not liking your changing. Let me say it again. You're going to have to be okay with people not liking the changes that you are making for the better of you. Because the changes that you're making is going to abandon some folks, it's going to alienate them, it's going to have you setting boundaries with some folks, and everybody ain't gonna like it, baby. They not gonna like it, y'all. But who you doing this for? Are you still trying to cater to them? Or are you finally putting yourself first? Because in 2024, that's what we doing, right? We leaving all unsupportive friends, family, and fake love behind. So if that's what you're ready to do, then you better be okay with not being liked because of it. Now, that's something I'm going to have y'all sit on that for a second, because that's the most important one to me with this episode, is you being okay with not being liked. Because I see so many people, doing things for outside validation. So many people, are saying that they're unbothered, but your actions are showing that you are so bothered. But who are you making these transformational shifts for? You? I hope so. I hope it's for you. Because if it's not for you, then it's not going to work. Self prioritization is just that, self. You are making yourself your number one priority, because once you do that, you are going to be able to give to others who are deserving of your healthy support. Not the damaged support, not the I'm pouring from an empty cup support, because that's one thing we definitely leaving behind in 2023. Pouring from an empty cup. We ain't doing that. So this is the time for you to take and say, you know what? I'm doing this for me. I don't care who gets mad. I'm okay with being the black sheep. Because, that's kind of what they call me right now, the black sheep. And I don't feel no kind of way about it. Honestly, I might actually be a little privileged, because what that tells me is what I'm doing is successful because I am making transformational changes in my life. I'm not going off of what society feels I should be doing. I'm not referencing, societal influence. I'm not allowing those things to hold me back. I am walking in my journey and elevating my purpose unapologetically. So if I'm the black sheep because I have the confidence to keep pushing, hey, I'll be there. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. What I'm gonna tell y'all before I get out of here, you gotta be real with yourself. You've got to be real with yourself, but you also gotta believe in yourself. Because one thing that I know that we do is we set these super high expectations. And although I'm not saying that you can't achieve them, we have to kind of be strategic when we're actually making transformational changes. We can't set standards so high for ourselves, especially when we are so used to dealing with toxicity and negativity and low vibrational things. And we just think that we're going to pass the ceiling in our first go round. No. But I can tell you that you have to be real with yourself and set realistic goals for yourself. Setting realistic terms, setting realistic expectations for other people. That involves you creating those boundaries. Be real with yourself. If you tired of people coming to you every day asking you for stuff, then guess what? I'm finna be real with myself and say, hey, I ain't finna say yeah no more. That's setting a boundary. You gotta believe in yourself. And once you say no, stand on that no. Stand on that no. Making these kind of changes, y'all, is going to change your entire life. Because if you are really ready to replace the unsupportive people, the unsupportive family, the fake love that you say you getting, hey, then you're gonna be ready to do this. If you ready to replace these, then you better be ready to believe in yourself. Because some of this time is gonna call for you to be by yourself as you build your new tribe, as you encounter, new horizons. That stuff ain't gonna just come overnight. Are you receptive? Are you open minded to receive it? All of that matters. Now, you gonna keep on saying that you're ready to replace it. Stop being subliminal with that. If you are ready to get rid of somebody that is negative and toxic in your life, you better go have that conversation with them. However they take it is not on you. That's you getting it off of your chest, speaking how you feel. And if it's somebody that you love that's close to you, you should be able to do that anyway. But what we are leaving in 2023 is us being afraid to speak our mind. If y'all don't know me by now, then y'all know that I am not going to hold anything back when it comes to me, my mental well-being, my self-prioritization, my growth. Anything that's about me, I'm first. I'm number one. And a lot of people be like, oh, well, you can't be like that with kids. You absolutely can be like that with kids. You know how? Because you pouring into yourself is also going to be able to give back to your kids in a mentally healthy way, not from a sense of havoc. Your kids gonna notice the difference. They see you making differences in your life. Changes like, oh, mom, I see you, or oh, dad, I see you over there. That's something different. You ain't been doing that. Kids know, but you gotta believe in yourself. Believe me, you could talk about confidence all day, baby, but if your actions are not reflecting it, it's a mute point. So, anybody that is ready to leave the unsupportive friends, family, and fake love behind, understand that if it was that easy, you would have already done it and you wouldn't be sitting up here stressed about it, scared about it, and unsure about how life is going to be without it. I will tell you this: life is going to be magnificent without the stress, the havoc, the negativity, the toxicity. Life is going to be less stressful. Life is going to be fulfilling, satisfying, because everything is going to flow into place. Opportunities are going to start coming because you are going to be open minded to receive them. You're creating new habits for yourself, finding new ways to handle things. Hey, if you're ready to leave it behind, this is the how you're going to leave it behind. Got to stop talking about it and we got to start being about it. I really want to see more action in 2024 for us, from us. If you're somebody that may be struggling and just don't know how you're even going to initiate that, then let's have a conversation. I'm always down for conversation. First chat is always on me. If you are looking for any type of guidance, if you are looking on suggestions on how to make these type of transformational shifts outside of this episode, let's talk about it. You can visit my website at www.upgradedmindsets.life and request the calendar confirmation. You can reach out to me through social media at Coach KAYWDS. Hey, you can send me a message through here from the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely get back to you either way it go. But I just want us to know that I might talk crazy, I might sound harsh, and I might give some hella tough love, y'all. But one thing that I want y'all to know is I do it because I want us to grow. It's so important to me. It's a part of my purpose. All right, y'all. If y'all have not, make sure y'all check out the store, www.upgradedmindsets.shop. You can shop over a dozen motivation and inspirational quotes over there, self-help resources, the whole 9 yards is right there on that website, baby. Hey, when it comes to growth, I'm all for it, baby. And I want you to be there too. We got this, y'all. In the meantime, in between time, make sure you have subscribed if you have not subscribed to the podcast here. But you can also check out the YouTube channel, Empowering Real Talk, and go subscribe to the channel over there as well. I appreciate y'all support. You have been rocking with me for a while, or if you are a new listener, I just appreciate you being here. Hey, share this with somebody that might get some value out of this episode, okay? Let them know, hey, Coach K Wood speaking some real talk. That's what I do, baby. I'm out of here, y'all. Stay dope, stay positive, stay empowered, baby.